Welcome back, friends, to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody. Today is Sunday, July 6th, 2025. And for those of you who are new to this channel and those of you who have been watching for a long time, this might be one of my most revealing decodes you're ever going to watch. If you guys want to know what's going on with the floods and how long this has really been manifesting, I suggest that you guys watch this all the way through, okay? Because this is undeniable. This has been something that has been manifesting since at least 2003, guys, okay? I'm going to take you back to 2003, and I'm going to show you why these floods are happening now, guys. Why now? And what I'm about ready to show you should have your jaws on the floor. You should be sharing this video so that the people who need to see this, when these disasters happen, again, I'm not telling you guys that this is a conspiracy necessarily. I'm just telling you we live in a coded reality, and what I'm about ready to show you is more proof of it. And I just think people need to see this. They need to open their minds to this stuff, and it's really ridiculous that more people aren't already. But hopefully this one will be revealing. Thank you for the thumbs up in the chats, everyone. Hello to everyone who's in the chat. We're going to get through this. Oh, boy. Anyways, what we're going to talk about, the July 2025 Central Texas floods. Most of these floods occurring in Kerrville in Kerr County. Like current, right? The current. Big shout out to Ball Don't Lie, the guy who I join every day on every Tuesday. I join Ball Don't Lie, AJ, and Rambo on the truth codes. And big shout out to him. He brought up the fact that Kerr sounds like current, guys. Kerr, current. Okay. All this happened in Kerr County. I'm going to show you undeniable proof that this has been going on since 2003. Okay. 2003. And it's very in your face. It's right in our face, okay? Just remember, this is all about Kerr County, all right? So you can already see in my thumbnail where this is going, okay? You can already see in my thumbnail. Please share this. Please like this. Again, I have not seen anyone else get even close to this riddle. I've pretty much cracked this riddle wide open with this Kerr County, okay? And I just, there's a lot more that we can find with this, but let's get into it. So again, I just mentioned to you guys Kerr County, right? On the 4th of July, right? So there is a basketball player named Stephen Douglas Kerr. And his name equals flood. Okay? His last name, Kerr, like the county, equals flood in 2 ciphers. And it equals 25. You see the 25s there? What number did Steve Kerr wear? Number 25. We're in the year 25. Interesting, right? Kerr wears number 25, and his name equals 25. And Kerr County floods in the year 25, like flood equals 25. So you may be saying, Cody, come on. Like, this is nothing. Like, this doesn't prove anything. Just because his name is Kerr, just because he equals flood, this is nothing. This is just a Gematria connection. Doesn't mean anything. Okay? Well, if that's what you guys think, I'm going to keep building on this. Okay? Because this is just the beginning. If you type in the guy's name that he goes by, Steve Kerr, it equals Kerr County. It also equals 4th of July. 57. Steve Kerr equals 57. Kerr County equals 57. 4th of July, 57. Okay. Also equals 120 in the same ciphers. Then okay, so now you should be like, okay, Cody, that was pretty interesting. Steve Kerr equals flood. He wore the number 25, like what we're in the year 25, right? That's pretty interesting, right? Well, then you find out that Steve Kerr equals Kerr County and 4th of July. And Kerr County flooded on the 4th of July. But you're like, okay, I need more evidence, Cody. I need more evidence to prove that this is somehow connected to Steve Kerr. Okay, well, here's more. His full name is Stephen Douglas Kerr, which equals 83. And the river that flooded Kerr County is the Guadalupe River, which equals 83. And the word flood equals 83. And this man was in the 2023 NBA Finals, which equals 83. And what team did Stephen Douglas Kerr play for in the 2023 or the 2003 NBA Finals? What team? You guys, I'll give you guys can see it right here. He played for the San Antonio Spurs. And not only did he play for the San Antonio Spurs, this was his final game. He won the NBA Finals on his last game, and his last game was with the San Antonio Spurs. Now, where is San Antonio? Well, Kerr County. Can you guys see this photo up here? Do I need to make this bigger? Kerr County is located just north of San Antonio. What? Come on, where's my mind blowns in the chat, guys? I don't even know what to say, okay? Because I built this narrative up. I'm like, okay, well, Steve Kerr might not connect to this, right? Maybe the Gematria is just crazy, right? Then we find out that Steve Kerr played his last game before he retired with the San Antonio Spurs, who play just south of Kerr County. And look at what you get. Guys, I want you guys to think about this. I want you guys to share this. Look at the picture. If you type in Steve Kerr 2003 NBA Finals, look at what the pictures you come up with. It's him standing next to number 20. Guys, what year are we in? Look at all these pictures. This is the first pictures that came up when I typed in Steve Kerr 2003 NBA Finals. You get him standing next to Manu Ginobili, who's wearing the number 20. Kerr wore the number 25. So their numbers are 20, 25. Look, here's another one. Number 20 standing next to 25. Look, here's another one. Number 20 standing next to 25. Oh, look, here's another one. Number 25 being hugged in the air by number 20. Oh, here's another one. Number 20 holding number 25 in the air. Are you guys seeing what I'm showing you? This is undeniable. How is the world not waking up? People are dying. Little girls are dying. And this is what we're seeing here. Okay? Little girls and camps are dying because these people have these stupid rituals. And this is undeniable. Tell me this is not undeniable. I'm sorry I'm getting like crazy here, but look at this. And it's just I typed in this search, and first thing I see is number 20 and 25. Guys, this was the 2003 finals. This was almost 23 years ago. So where's Donut? Where's Donut? Where's all the people that have big channels? I want to get on with Donut. I want to get on with all these big channels. What I'm showing you here It's not even me, guys. It's not important about me. This is not me. I just want the information to get out. I don't care. I just want people. I don't care if somebody shares this on their big channel and gets the word out to people. It doesn't matter. This just needs to get out there. That's it. And look at number 20 holding number 25. You know, and this is in 2003, guys. And then 23 years later, you got Kerr County flooding, okay? Just south or just north of where this game took place. This final game. So the final game of the 2003 NBA Finals happened on June 15th, 2003, one day after Trump's birthday. But this should blow your guys' mind. Look at this, guys. From the last game of Steve Kerr's career, where he won a championship, this guy won a championship on the last game of his career with the San Antonio Spurs. And from that last game, June 15, 2003, to the start of the Kerr County floods was 8,055 days. Guys, look at the gematria of his name. Stephen Douglas Kerr. 855. The same digits from his last game as a champion before he retired to the start of the Kerr County floods. Guys, what? This is the same digits. You drop the 0 in numerology, it's 855. Stephen Douglas Kerr, 855. I mean, what? And again, look at the jersey numbers. 20, 25, you know, it's just what? And this brings it all together because in the 2003 NBA Finals, the San Antonio Spurs with Steve Kerr beat the New Jersey Nets. And who was the lead player for the New Jersey Nets? Do you see this picture up here? This is a picture from the 2003 NBA Finals, Steve Kerr versus Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr in the 2003 NBA Finals. And who is the chief of the Texas Department of Emergency Management? His name is Kidd, spelled the same way as Jason Kidd. You guys see this? Are you kidding me? Guys, where is my mind blown? Where's my likes? Where's the likes? Where are the people that need to see this? Like the national security director of Texas is named Kidd. Steve Kerr beat Jason Kidd in the 2003 NBA Finals. It's spelled the same way. Look here, Kerrville, Kerr, and here's Kidd. Here's Kerr and Kidd on the same screen, and here's Kerr and Kidd 23 years ago in the same stadium just south of Kerr. Okay? And just for another nugget, who does Jason Kidd, he retired now too, but who is he coaching right now? He's coaching the Dallas Mavericks. Where's Dallas at, guys? Texas. So both these, this guy is now coaching in Texas. This Jason Kidd. And where was this interview given? In Dallas, guys. The same place that this guy now coaches. Do you guys understand how improbable that is? Considering everything else I just showed you, okay? Everything else I just showed you. And now the director is Kidd, and this is the guy who he beat in the finals. And look, the New Jersey Nets were wearing the stars on their jersey. It's just, I just don't know what to say anymore. But there's more. Remember the same day that these floods started, Donald Trump was getting his one big beautiful bill passed. And remember how the Congress they won with 218 yeahs. Here's a picture of Mike Johnson holding up the 218 to 214 vote on the same day these floods started. Look at the gematria of Stephen Douglas Kerr, 218. And the river that flooded is the Guadalupe River, which equals 218, like Stephen Douglas Kerr. What? The same day, the big beautiful bill passed with 218 votes. 218 is also the code for disaster. Remember how Trump released his 10-4 on 10-4 at 218? He released his coded emergency management messages. Okay. So it's just ridiculous. Okay. It's just ridiculous. But here's the last and final piece. And there's probably more to this. This is all connected to George W. Bush. Okay. George W. Bush, who's connected to Texas, whose birthday is today. And all this is happening on his birthday. So he was a member of Skull and Bones, right? Order 322, right? Guys, look at the gematria of Wikipedia's title for this event. It says July 2025 Central Texas floods. Guys, that equals 322. Mic drop. The title that Wikipedia gives these floods equals 322. Are you kidding me? And because Steve Kerr is all connected to this, look how many days these floods started before his birthday. 2 months, 23 days. 223. What's the gematria of skull and crossbones? 223. What's the gematria of natural disaster? 223. Okay, so these floods started 2 months and 23 days before Steve Kerr's birthday. The title of the floods equals 322. All this is still going on George W. Bush's birthday, the president of Skull and Bones, right? Flash flooding equals 223. Joseph is telling me flash flooding equals 223. Wow. How about that? Perfect. Look at this, guys. Flash flooding equals 223. Flash flooding in Kerr County 2 months and 23 days before Steve Kerr's birthday. Come on. Natural disaster 223. Skull and crossbones 223. Steve Kerr 2 months and 23 days before his birthday. July 2025 Central Texas floods equals 322. Now, remember how I did a video about this day, about Miley Cyrus's song. Look at this, guys. Miley Cyrus, End of the World. You guys remember this? I did a decode before July 4th about Miley Cyrus, End of the World. If you take Miley Cyrus, End of the World, and you copy and you paste it into the gematria calculator, what do you get? Guys, you get 322. In the same cipher, you get 322 in the same cipher as July 25 Central Texas floods. And remember, in her song, Miley Cyrus says, July 4th, the comet at the end of the world. Remember? You guys remember the video I did days before July 4th about Miley Cyrus? Oh, yeah, the governor of... But isn't that not crazy, guys? Did I not make a video about Miley Cyrus, End of the World, about July 4th? And now if you type in End of the World, Miley Cyrus, it equals July 2025 Central Texas floods. I mean, come on now. And Joseph just added another one. The governor, Greg Abbott, his full name equals 223. Do you see this? His full name equals 223. Wow, Casey Jones Astrology says that Steve Kerr was born in Beirut, just like Keanu Reeves. And Keanu Reeves is 22,222 days old today. Whoa, that's crazy. Do you guys see what Casey Jones just wrote in the chat? Wow. Keanu Reeves is 22,222 days old. Keanu Reeves was born in the same city as Steve Kerr, Beirut, Lebanon. Joseph is saying that his name also equals 223 in another cipher. Look at this. Look at this, guys. What is this? What is this? Gregory Wayne Abbott, 223 and 223. And this, again, this happened 2 months and 23 days before Steve Kerr's birthday. Okay, this is like, should this video, again, it's not even about me getting views, guys. It's not about my ego here. I just want people to see how improbable this is, how impossible this is. Okay, and you guys are adding more to this that I didn't even have in the decode. So, and there's probably way more to this even. And it's just like, you're kidding me? The governor's name equals 223 in 2 ciphers? Oh, you guys want to know something? If you go back to the 2003 NBA Finals with Steve Kerr, it started on June 4th, 2003. So if we measure from June 4th, 2003 to the start of the floods, oh my gosh, guys, look. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Guys, the governor's name equals 2230 from the first game of the 2003 NBA Finals with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd. If you measure from that, it's 22 years and 30 days. That's the 2230. That's the Gematria of Gregory Wayne Abbott. Oh my goodness. Are you guys seeing this? I didn't even have this in the decode. I didn't even know this. 2230, that's the exact amount of time. What the heck? And I already showed you it was 855 days from the last game to the floods. And look at the gematria of his name. Stephen Douglas Kerr equals 855. Is it just like me, or is this just not like... oh my gosh. Guys, there's 121 of you in here. I hope you guys find this information valuable enough to hit the like button, at least valuable enough. Like, and this isn't even my information now. Shout out to Joseph Aquaviva and Casey Jones Astrology in the chat for their additions. This isn't even mine. Give a like for them, guys. Give a like for all you great decoders who are helping me crack these codes. Again, I can't do it without you guys. I cannot. But again, thank you for Joseph, because Joseph, he said, where's that at? Let me find his message. Man, I can't find his message. Oh, they're right there. Joseph Aquaviva wrote, Gregory Wayne Abbott equals 2230 in Jewish, right? And then I was like, oh, look, it equals 2230. And then I went back from the flood starting to the beginning of the NBA Finals in 2003 with Steve Kerr, and you get the same number, guys. 22 years, 30 days. That's the gematria of the governor, okay? And the governor, he was the one who was talking to this director of emergency in Texas whose name is Kidd. And again, who did Steve Kerr beat in 2003? He beat Jason Kidd. Like, here's Kidd sitting next to Gregory Wayne Abbott. This guy, Kidd, right? And again, Steve Kerr beats Kidd in 2003. It's just... This right here should wake people up. What is the chance of that? The guy with the kid in his name, spells it the same way as Jason Kidd. Okay? As a matter of fact, look at this. Remember how I talked about the 83s? Look at what you'd get if you type in TDM Chief Nim Kidd. It equals Stephen Douglas Kerr, guys. Look, you see this? This is what they called him. TDM Chief Nim Kidd. What the heck kind of name is that anyway? Nim Kidd? But look, it equals 83 in the same cipher as Stephen Douglas Kidd or Kerr. And again, don't forget, 2003 NBA Finals equals 83, like flood. Like the Lone Star State equals 83. Texas is the Lone Star State. I talked about this in my last video. Sopdet is the god of Sirius, about the flooding of the Nile. Sopdet equals 83. And just discard the rest of this stuff. The rest of this stuff doesn't connect with this, but let me just make this easier. So here's all the 83s, guys. TDEM Chief Nim Kidd equals 83, like Stephen Douglas Kerr, like flood, like 2003 NBA Finals, like Guadalupe River, like Sopdet, Sirius, right? And Lone Star State, okay? So a lot of 83s. And let's not forget that this NBA Finals happened in 2003, right? 2003 is like 23. Well, 83 is the 23rd prime, okay? Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, here's another one. Remember how I told you guys that if you look up pictures of Steve Kerr in the 2003 NBA Finals, you get these pictures with Steve Kerr standing next to number 20, 20, and 25. Right here, guys, this was predictive programming 23 years in it before. Here's number 20 standing next to Kerr, who's 25. Well, this is Manu Ginobili, and this is Steve Kerr. What happens if you put both their names in the Gematria calculator? Look at this. If you put Manu Ginobili and Steve Kerr, the two players who wore number 20 and 25 in the 2003 NBA Finals, it equals 249. Guys, how old did the United States turn on the start of these floods? Can anyone... Let me see if anyone in the chat can remember how old the United States just turned on the day of these floods. This might be a coincidence, but this is still interesting. How old is the United States now? 249. So you're telling me that the two players who wore the number 20 and 25 in the 2003 finals, their names combined equals 249, like the age of the United States? I mean, come on now. That's how I know this isn't just man doing this. This is like not just man. This is like spiritual codes right here. Casey Jones Astrology is saying that Kerr and Robinson, because Robinson was also on that team. Tim Robinson, because that Spurs team was very famous. It was a very good team. They were born 52 days apart, like flood equals 52. Like Kerr equals 52. This is all connected to the Pope as well, guys. Because the Pope, Francis, yeah, I don't want to get into the Pope stuff, but I'll just tell you this is completely connected to the popes, right? Which is why you had Pope Leo coming out and giving his condolences. So, I mean, again, let me just recap this. If anyone who just getting in, let me just recap it real fast. So Steve Kerr, basketball player, right? His name equals flood. This happened in Kerr County, right? Flood equals Kerr, right? Steve Kerr equals Kerr County and 4th of July. This happened on the 4th of July in Kerr County. Well, his full name, Stephen Douglas Kerr, equals 83, like Guadalupe River, which was the river that flooded Kerr County. Flood equals 83. And he was in the 2003 NBA Finals where he played for the San Antonio Spurs. 2003 NBA Finals equals 83. Again, in the 2003 NBA Finals, he played alongside number 20. So their numbers add up to 2025, pointing to this year. And they played in San Antonio, and he won his last champion. Guys, this is important. Steve Kerr retired after this game. His last game. This is Steve Kerr's last game. He left as a champion, okay? And from his last game before he retired to the Floods was 8055 days. His name, Stephen Douglas Kerr, equals 855. He played in the 2003 finals, he played against Jason Kidd, and the Texas governor hired a guy named Nim Kidd to be his emergency management director, chief, okay? And again, the 218, the same day, Trump's big bill comes in with 218 votes. Stephen Douglas Kerr equals 218. Guadalupe River, 218. And this is the big one, guys. From Kerr County floods to his next birthday to Steve Kerr is 2 months, 23 days. That's the gematria of skull and crossbones, natural disaster, flash flooding, all equal 223. The title, July 2025 Central Texas floods equals 322. George W. Bush, the skull and bones president, came out and said, I'm heartbroken by the Texas floods. So again, also, what is the birthday of Steve Kerr? You see his birthday, September 27th. This is the day that the Jesuits were founded. So the Jesuit connection is clearly here. Steve Kerr literally has the same birthday as the Jesuits. Do you guys understand now? The Jesuit order equals weather control. Look. Whoops. The Jesuit order equals weather control. In 3 out of the 4 ciphers. Steve Kerr's birthday is the Jesuit order's birthday, okay? Think about that. And I believe, if I remember right, Zach Hubbard has always talked about how on September 27th, JFK did a speech about weather manipulation or something. JFK weather manipulation speech. Oh, sorry, guys. That was on September 25th. So that wasn't on Steve Kerr's birthday, but that was 2 days before Steve Kerr's birthday. But if you go back and you look at it, you know, where did JFK die, guys? He died in Texas. So I'm not going to get into that here, but the point is Steve Kerr has the Jesuit order's birthday, okay, September 27th. And he's born in Beirut, Lebanon. Again, what Casey... Oh, guys, look at this. Guys, Steve Kerr went to Pacific Palisades High School. Whoa. So Steve Kerr connects to both of the disasters this year, the fire and the water disasters. Steve Kerr is connected to both. Are you guys getting this? Steve Kerr went to Pacific Palisades High School. Guys, the beginning of this year was the Pacific Palisades fires. And now you have the Kerr County floods. So Steve Kerr is connected to both the Pacific Palisades fires and the Kerr County floods. Like what? That's ridiculous. Like, what's the chances he went to Pacific Palisades? He's from Beirut, Lebanon. He was born in Beirut, Lebanon. Where was the one born? Keanu Reeves, as Casey Jones mentioned. Keanu Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon. As a matter of fact, let's look into Keanu Reeves real fast. Hold on. And remember, Keanu Reeves plays in a band called Dog Star. So this goes all the way back to Sirius because so Keanu Reeves plays in a band called Dog Star, guys. My last decode about these floods was about the Dog Star. Oh, guess what? Thank you to Rambo from the Truth Codes. There's a dog called a Kerr. You guys seeing this? There's a dog called a Kerr. The Dog Star. Steve Kerr is born in the same city as Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves plays for Dog Star. You guys get this? Come on. Keanu Reeves plays for Dog Star. Keanu Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon on September 2nd, 1964, okay? So let's go to there. September 2nd, 1964. So Keanu Reeves was 222. Look how old Keanu Reeves was on the start of these floods. That's how old Keanu Reeves was on the start of these floods. 22220. So how many days? Wait, look. Keanu Reeves was born on 120 days left in the year. Guys. Kerr County equals 120. Steve Kerr equals 120. Keanu Reeves was born on the day leaving 120 days in the year. Steve Kerr was born on September 27th. He was born on 120 date numerology. Wow, and I saw Joseph, I saw you saying that. 120 date numerology for Steve Kerr. Keanu Reeves was born on the 120 days left in the year, and Kerr County equals 120 like Steve Kerr. Like, again, guys, these are just, I'm finding this after the fact, okay? Again, this is live breaking the code. Like, you guys are watching this live. This is not me cherry picking, okay? This is me seeing the same numbers, okay? Steve Kerr equals 120. He's born on numerology of 120. Keanu Reeves, who's born in the same city as him and plays for Dog Star, he's born the day with 120 days in the year. They're born 390 days apart, guys. I wonder what that means. 390. Hold on. They're born 1 year and 25 days apart. Also, 55 weeks and 5 days. Interesting. But going back to this, going back to the Dog Star. If you guys missed my last video about the Dog Star, Sirius, we found out from Rambo from the Truth Codes. Again, go subscribe to Rambo on his Patreon. Let me just bring his Patreon up, because Rambo is a big part of all this, guys. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without him. www.patreon.com/ whoops. www.patreon.com/ the Truth Codes. So here he is, guys. Again, Rambo's been talking about the Dog Star series for ages, right? Here's his Patreon. So again, it's patreon.com/ truth code, the Truth Codes. Okay. But yeah, he brought to my attention that Kerr is a dog. And Steve Kerr, right? And again, this all goes back to current, guys. Water current, currency. It's all about the currency. Current. Who does Steve Kerr coach now? Because Steve Kerr is now a coach. He's not a player anymore. He coaches. Who does Stephen Kerr? Who does he coach? Guys, look. Steve Kerr coaches Stephen Curry. It's spelled like the dog. Like the cur in the dog, right? Steve Curry. Right? I mean, how perfect is that? Like, instead of, and now he's not a player anymore, but the famous player that he coaches is also named Curry. And again, I told you it's all about the dog star, the Kerr dog, you know. So let me just pull up my video so you guys can see I already did a video on the dog star. Right here. This was my last video, guys. July 4th, Sirius the dog star gateway opens. Why is Texas flooding? And now this decode is just expanding upon all this. Okay? You got to watch these last two decodes, okay? And share them if you'd like. But like, again, we find out that there's a dog called a Kerr, and now we're talking about Steve Kerr, who coaches Stephen Curry. All right. So this all ties to the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mention too much about Garo, but he was also born in Beirut, Lebanon. I know Garo doesn't like me anymore. I have nothing against him. But, oh, sorry, there's a comment up. Hold on. Thank you, Coffee Girl. So, yeah, Steve, anyway, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. I already knew this, Casey Jones, but I wanted to talk about this. Do you guys remember how I was talking about Donald Trump turning 42 Martian years? Let me just talk about this. Do you guys remember how Donald Trump turned 42 Martian years on the day of the Iran bombing? Do you guys see this? On the day that Iran was bombed, Trump turned 42 Martian years. Well, George W. Bush, because he's born just days after Trump, George W. Bush, when did he turn 42 Martian years? Look at this, guys. George Bush turned 42 Martian years. He turned 42 Martian years on the floods. So you guys get it? Trump turned 42 Martian years on the Iran attack, and George W. Bush turned 42 Martian years on the Texas floods. And where is George W. Bush from? Texas. Well, that's where he was governor. So these Martian years are still important, guys. Don't forget about this 42 Martian year. Now, who's the next president to turn 42 Martian years? Guys, the next president to turn 42 Martian years is the 42nd president of the United States, Bill Clinton, who was also the 42nd governor of Arkansas. I'm telling you guys, you guys need to watch out if you're in Arkansas next month. I'm telling you. Because this month, in the state of George W. Bush, Texas, on the 42nd Mars birthday of George W. Bush, we get the flood. Well, because Bill Clinton was born on August 19th, 1946, he's going to turn 42 Martian years on August 17th. Right here. Bill Clinton turns 42 Martian years on August 17th. Bill Clinton was the 42nd president. And he was the 42nd governor of Arkansas. So we're talking about the 42, right? 42 Martian years, the 42nd president, the 42nd governor of Arkansas. This guy is connected to the 42 all over, okay? So I'm just telling you, The next president to turn 42 Martian years is this guy. So I'm watching for an event around August 17th to the 19th, okay? Because, again, on Trump's 42nd Martian year, we get the Iran attack. On George Bush's 42nd Martian year, we get the floods in Texas. And now we get Bill Clinton next, okay? And Bill Clinton also went to Yale, okay? So, yeah. But don't forget, war equals 42. Let me see if there's any 42s I didn't see here. Oh, look, Steve Kerr equals 42. Like rain, like Spurs. Steve Kerr played for the Spurs. Oh, my goodness, look at this. And do you remember all the 42s that happened with that crash of that soccer player a day before? That was also on the 42. And guess what else happened on George W. Bush's 42nd Martian birthday? You had a player named Jamal Musiala who wears the number 42. Look what happened to this guy's leg, man. Number 42 on George W. Bush's 42nd Mars year, number 42 gets injured in the United States, guys, in Atlanta. You see, he wears the number 42, and he got hurt. So, yeah, this is all connected to the Georgia Guidestones going down, because the Georgia Guidestones, they went down in Atlanta, near Atlanta, and this guy just got hurt in Atlanta, okay, yesterday. And remember, a day before that, the crash in Portugal of the other soccer player whose name equals 42. Remember? Do you guys remember the two brothers who died, Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva? They both equal 42, like brothers. Okay. So again, all this stuff is happening on George W. Bush's 42nd Martian birthday. Okay, that's the point. Steve Kerr even equals 42. He was born in Beirut, which equals 42. The word rain equals 42. This was all because of rain, this flooding. Steve Kerr played for the Spurs, which equals 42. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Sorry, guys, I'm missing all your comments. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones, they went down. I think Casey Jones left a link for you guys to click to see how Rambo talks about how 42 connects to water and floods. Albert Pike. Yeah. So make sure you guys check out these links. Oh, Arkansas is the 25th state, guys. That's a great addition. Wow. Steve Kerr, we're number 25. That's good. Oh, boy. Huh. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but this is one of my best decodes ever. Like, to me, this is my most complete decode I feel like I've ever done. This just cracked the whole thing wide open, okay? Like, and again, without you guys, Noah's Ark. That's right. Wow, you guys are on a roll, man. Look at this. Look at the people in the comments, guys. Don't give me a like. Please give everyone in the comments a like. Look at Jesse's girl. She says Noah's Ark. Arkansas. Guys, we're heading for the Noah's Ark event, man. Arkansas, the next president to turn 42 Martian years, is the guy who was the 42nd governor of Arkansas. Ark, Noah's Ark, the flood. I'm telling you, you guys got to watch out for Arkansas next month. Maybe nothing happens, but I'm just telling all of you, those of you who live in Arkansas, it seems like something could be coming there next month, just based off the pattern, okay? And again, I've talked about how this is all about water and currency, right? When I did my decode about July 4th, I talked about how the currency is all this. It's all about currency, okay? Whew. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Getting ready to wrap it up, but I think you guys have really added so much to this decode. I put this decode together in like an hour, and then you guys just made it even better. So thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I get so excited. I apologize for my excitement, but I'm just excited because I wish people would just see more how this reality is coded, you know. But again, I can't force people to see. I shouldn't try to force people to see. It's up to God to open their eyes. If they don't see, then they're not meant to see. That's how it really is. But for those of you who do see in the chat, I love you guys. And I'm so glad that you guys are part of my channel. And yeah, but make sure you guys go back and watch this whole thing. This is so much crazy stuff here in this decode, which makes it almost impossible that this is all coincidence. Farming from Scratch says, have you seen my decodes? No. Do you have a channel? If you have a channel, I mean, people should go subscribe. I'll go check out your channel. Leave a link. If you have a link, leave a link in the comments. Yeah, I talked about Donut, guys, because I might be able to collaborate with Donut in a future. I don't know. That'd be a great opportunity. But much love to him, and hopefully I get an opportunity. Because again, guys, I mean, what's the chance of all this, you know? Also, I want to collab with as many people as I can, you know? So thank you to all the people who I've already collabed with, you know. I don't forget to go subscribe to Ball Don't Lie's channel, who every Tuesday I'm on Ball Don't Lie with Rambo, right? So let's get Ball Don't Lie to 1,000. And again, this Tuesday, guys, I'll be live with Rambo and AJ on this channel. So don't forget that. I'm just excited to see where everything goes and see how we can. I'm trying to grow this channel, guys. I'm putting a lot of effort into getting this research out, you know. That's why I've been posting every day this month, because I'm really I have a passion for this, and I really want to get the information out. So again, and yeah, you guys don't forget to go subscribe to Joseph Aquaviva 2222. Another channel that I wouldn't be here where I am without. So thanks to him. Also, don't forget to go subscribe to The Illusion, right? He's been on the channel a few times over the last week, but don't forget to go give him a like and a sub. Again, guys, I'm not all about pushing people to like my stuff. I'm also wanting everyone to get their recognition that they deserve. But it's not about recognition for us, guys. We just want the information to shine. We want God to shine. We want the truth to shine. Okay, that's what we want here. We don't want people to shine. We want the truth to shine through, and that's what this is all about. Okay. And again, if you guys don't think that what we share is the truth, I mean, that's your opinion. But I think a lot of us would agree that the connections that we share on a daily basis seem to be pretty improbable. Okay. And again, don't forget to go sub to just one final shout out again for another guy that I haven't had on a channel recently, but Gematrinator 85. He's the one who built the calculator so that I'm able to do as good at decoding as I can do. Okay. Gematria 85, he's the reason that I have the calculator and the ability to make a lot of the connections that I have. So please go give him some love as well. Without him, I would have no, I would have no possible way to do what I do. So, and the other decoders as well. But thank you guys so much. I'm going to start wrapping this up. And we'll see what happens with this flood. I hope that the numbers keep going up. Let's check an update before I get off here. Let's see what the updates are. Oh, wow, up to 80 now. At least 80 dead. Governor warns of more rain. Guys, are they going to flood this out even more? I hope not. I hope they're not going to keep dumping rain. And for all the poor children who got caught in this, they're in heaven, okay? That's all I can say. It's really sad, too, because there are children that got caught in this. This is not fake stuff, guys. These floods really happened. These kids really got wiped away. I'm telling you. Now, a lot of it's fabricated, yes, but these kids are really getting washed away, okay? And this is... But in a way, we know that God has them in his hands, right? So... And ultimately, they're better off in God's hands than this world's hands. That's for sure. But it's still sad. It's still nothing that we want to. We don't want any of this. But weather warfare is an underhanded way to carry out the Georgia Guidestones on us. I mean, who's to say that the Georgia Guidestones weren't just predicting weather warfare? How many people can you wipe out with weather warfare? If you really wanted. A big earthquake, a big tsunami, a big flood. You can wipe out tons of people with weather warfare. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things that could have been happening. I don't want to get into what Gigi's saying. I mean, I agree with you. You're probably right, Gigi, but I don't want to talk about it too much here. But that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I showed SIGS 310 says flood equals 25. Yeah, that was the first slide I had. How Steve Kerr is the basketball player who played for San Antonio in his last game, and Kerr equals flood 25, and Steve Kerr wore the number 25. Okay, so again, if you missed it, guys, go back and watch. I can't repeat all this. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm done. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go support all the people who are helping to spread this. And thank you to all the people who added in the chat. Please hit the like buttons on the way out. If you guys want to support the channel, the best way to support the channel is to hit the like button. And if you want to support monetarily, I could always use the help. Buy me a coffee. Link at the top of this chat. That's how you can support. But yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Maybe again tomorrow with another video. Who knows, depending on what comes up. But tomorrow's 7/7, so we'll see what happens. But God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.